It's been a while since I've done a review for a Ghostek case. I'm really not sure how I feel about this product, but there's a few things holding it back. Now I'm testing 50 cases to find the best 5. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Each case gets dropped at least 30 times, so when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up. Now the Covert has a clear back, a colored TPU edge. I've got 2 versions here, and right around the camera lump is like a gold metallic finish. I've seen this feature a little more frequently lately, is that the case edge actually extends past the polycarbonate back, so when you put it back on its back, it doesn't scratch as much. This case also has feet at the bottom. Most clear cases will embed the magnets into the back of the case, but with the Coverts, this area feels different, like it's not part of the polycarbonate. Totally just wrecked this case for this review, but it looks like it's a sticker? I don't know. It just feels different. This is case review number 39 out of 50, so anything that's different about a product, I get so excited about. Now on the inside of the case, the MagSafe area is raised a bit, so basically the entire iPhone kind of floats a little bit inside this case because the edges have these ridges to them, so it's just the ridges that make contact with the edge of the case, with the edge of the iPhone. Corner design is a little different. They're oversized, but on the inside, there's like a piece of like rubber band. I'm sure it's some sort of impact foam, but if you can see, it's like floating. So your iPhone kind of like presses up against it. So just neat little features. There's all these little doohickeys. My initial impression was this thing was built to be dropped. Weight-wise, going to increase your iPhone's weight by 42 grams. Average is 47. It is pretty bulky though, because it's going to make your iPhone feel bigger by 73%. But the weight-bulk ratio is pretty good for this case. Most cases that are this bulky are 10 grams heavier. Now the grip of this case is, I don't know, I want to say very mid. The TPU doesn't have any tacky feel to it, but it does have a series of like 45-degree angle hatching, so your fingers do have a little bit to grab onto. But overall, the product feels very, very slick. Like the handling of a bare iPhone feels grippier than this case. Buttons on this case are integrated, and as you could tell, they are very, very squishy, so you lose your iPhone's button feel. Camera control button is just a cutout. Port cutout is large enough for any cable, and it's pretty comfortable for my pinky. For MagSafe accessories, to pull things off takes 9 newtons. To push things off takes 12.4. That's borderline positively average. Positively average, hey Aaron? When it comes to protective design, the corners are 2.5 millimeters thick. The back is 2 millimeters thick. Because the case edges are actually quite thin because of the rib design, this thing is incredibly flexy. Only takes 14 newtons to bend this thing 8 mils. That's 48% below average. What makes things worse is that the amount of force to pop a case off a corner is slightly below average as well. Now when it comes to corner drops, remember the iPhone kind of floats in the case. It sits on all these ridges. It sits on this like trampoline little elastic thing. So when dropped, my iPhone recorded 10.5 G's. That's basically average. But how about the rotation rate after it gets dropped? That was better by 23%, but the rate at which the iPhone kind of stopped ringing when it was dropped, that was slower by 17%. And you mash all those numbers together, the total force was 10% better than average. For an iPhone case, this is a really weird combination of numbers. There's this other thing I track, which is the time that the case comes to a full stop. The average case is 0.43 seconds. This case was about 0.3-ish 2 seconds. So this case came to a complete stop incredibly quickly. Now flexi back, corners pop off a little easier. What happens, whoops, when we do that? It gets a green marker. Initial impact was 32% better than average. The settling rate was 8% below average, and the total force was 11% better than average. So face first drops with this product was kind of similar to the corner drops. Now for the camera lump, remember there's like a piece of metal at the top, and from our previous reviews, we know that cases with metal around the back do not do well. But remember, the iPhone basically sits suspended in this case. So the initial impact was 11% better than average, and the settling rate and total forces, they were kind of average versus other cases. I am terrible at drawing. So this case overall is just very average in terms of protection. Now, would I get it if I wasn't a reviewer? The short answer is no. I do not like squishy buttons on my iPhone. Has to be flow through. Yeah, I can't get into it. It's like, yeah, blah. I'm testing 50 iPhone cases to find the best 5. If you haven't, make sure you subscribe because I'm gonna release this video the moment I finish editing it, so yeah. Or check back frequently because I'm going to, I think I just pulled something. Yeah, thanks for watching.